Hello everyone, this is Jotto, and welcome back to another episode of Legend to Rank 1. Now, we have dropped down to 16. Haven't actually really lost any games, it's just everyone else is climbing. So yeah, I think I was ranked 9 yesterday or something, but yeah. Everyone else is climbing, so let's see if we can catch up, shall we? So we're starting at 16 for today. So as usual, we are going to play 5 games. And for this episode, we're going to be sticking with the mid-range archer. Now, I haven't made any amendments to the deck, as far as I can remember. I don't think I have. I do want to try out some more aggressive builds of archer specifically at some point, though. And depending on how the metagame goes, I might switch over to spell sword again, since spell sword's kind of what I was playing last season. I actually quite like the fighters. I mean, not the fighters guild, the thieves guild Avenger combo. I'm not sure how I feel about rapid shot. I think I want a 3-drop. I'll keep the Avenger going second against Monk. Now, Monk can be trouble, but not always. It's very volatile. So we're going to play the Thieves Guild recruit opposite it. So if he hits me, gets ward, I can always kill it. Otherwise, I'm going to crushing blow.
You have been warned. The moons give this one.
Oh, come on. Alright. Crushing blow. Spent 5 mana to kill a 1-drop. Jesus. Alright. What can we do here? He got drained. That's not too bad. Mortal Executioner. I think I just go Avenger here. He might move, which could be a problem. If he gets ward, I get completely screwed. Wait, what? Okay, that was weird. I'll just play the Avenger though. Because like, if he gets ward, then I can always scout it, but that could be really awkward. God damn it! All right, Murkwater Witch. That's not good. Okay, we've got a problem here. So, I need to ping off the ward, otherwise I can't even play the Fighters Guild. He'll just hit me again. Could just play the Murkwater Witch in this lane. Do I have any other plays though? Not really. So it's Murkwater Witch plus Sharpshooter here, I'm afraid. Yeah, I've got to get rid of the shield. This was a very, very difficult opening to play against. I really need a silence or something, if I'm honest. This is going to be really rough. Descendant of Alakosh is incredible if you don't have the removal for it. Maybe I should have kept the Rapid Shot, actually. I didn't really think about Descendant, if I'm honest. Maybe I should be expecting Descendant out of Monk. I know that a lot of Monk decks don't run it, so I didn't really think about it. That was probably a mistake. I kind of need to set up Bat this turn, but it doesn't really do much. Okay, unless I hit some prophecies, I'm actually dead. Because he can take out a rune. Can he take out 2? Yeah, if I don't get a prophecy off of these 2, I'm actually stone dead. And it has to be a Fighter's Guild. Yeah. The double Descendant opening was just way too hard to deal with. Double Descendant plus movement. It just completely crippled me. There was no way back from that. I probably should have kept the Rapid Shot. Rapid Shots are really bad if they don't have Descendant, though. Like, it does actually, I mean, I guess if you had Thieves Guild, then you can take out tutus with it. Yeah, maybe I should have kept the rapid shot there. Okay, that was probably a mistake then. Alright, game 2. Against ATM. We're against a guy that has no vowels in his name. Alright, we'll keep the Thieves Guild, and I'll keep the Pyro because it lets me deal with 1-2s and 2-2s with my Thieves Guild. Now, it is Archer. He's rank 123. If this is aggressive Archer, it could pose some problems. I'll just Fighter's Guild ups to this. If he uses the movement effect, it's no big deal. I've just got the Crushing Blow. Does he have it? Oh, that's actually really bad. That's worse. Okay. This is a very, very obvious Pyromancer trend, though. Ungolem could cause some problems later on, but not now. Alright. Basic Pyromancer turn. If he hits me, I still get the kill on the cut purse. And if he moves it, then I can Crushing Blow it. So I think we're in a decent spot here. Do I still Crushing Blow this? I could just set up Shaman. Nah, I think that's way too risky, so we'll just Crushing Blow this. Because he's down on cards, and I think it might be a little bit greedy to try and go for the value game when he has a cut person play that's already at 3 attack. It is true that I could have always Crushing Blowed it next turn, but that's accounting for no buffs. And if he has the buffs, and he has like a silence or something, I'm just not sure what I do from there. Okay, so we'll just play the Shaman out. This will get Crushing Blowed, but that's not too bad. He actually skipped his turn 4, which is very unusual.
I bring reinforcements.
Whoa! Alright, maybe I should have played the Cliff Racer. Jesus! That's crazy. Alright. So, we've got the Curse, we've got Crushing Blow for the Bat. I kind of want to go Thieves Guild plus Crushing Blow. Nah, Traitor actually trades with one of them. So we'll go Traitor, we'll go Crushing Blow so he doesn't gain any life. Because the life swing could be a problem in the future.
What have we here?
So now he'll take out the 3/3 and he'll hit me with one.
Chaos.
Wait, what? He must have removal. Really? Alright. That's insanely greedy. Okay, so we'll get a Snake Tooth down. So Snake Tooth here. Cliff Racer to get the trade. And then force him to take out the 5/5 with the Blood Dragon. Okay, this may seem a little strange, but the reason I'm doing this is because it essentially forces him to kill the 5/1. Because if he doesn't kill the 5/1, then he can't really pressure me, which is what he wants to do. So by doing this, it leaves him in a difficult spot. Now, granted, if he has removal or something, that's a completely different story, but still. Yeah, so now in this case, it's a bigger problem. Leaf Lurker? No, that's a good draw. Leaf Lurker plus Kinsman, actually. Because then I can trade with everything. Okay, that's probably better.
The forest is my cloak. They cannot hope to outwit me.
I'm gonna break a rune with the House Kinsman anyway, so...
Duma, take you!
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Is he actually gonna silence it? I'm not sure about that play, actually.
What have we here?
Because by silencing it, he's denying himself a draw.
What have we here?
Unless he's... okay.
Here.
Triple Thieves Guild. Okay, let me just take these guys out, and then we'll play the Fighters Guild, I think. Play the Fighters Guild, because I want to save Crushing Blow for something like a Werebat. So what has he got? He's behind 2 cards? No, he's behind 1 card.
If I fall,
Yeah, he's behind 1 card, because he went second. Wait, did he? Yeah, he did, because I went up to 10 mana first. Okay, so let's play the Vigilant Giant. And I'll start attacking him next turn.
let's heat things up.
Pyro, he needs a second one if he wants to clear. Alright. That's fine. Now, I could just take this out.
My scales move in shadow.
Deal 8 to him.
They cannot hope.
Put everything in one lane, knowing that I can smuggle something to the other lane. That doesn't actually do it. He needs Leaf Lurker or something here, which is why he probably did that, yeah. He's still taking damage, and yeah, it's only a half decent play for him.
All too simple.
Alright, I'll go for the smuggler now.
Ill wins this way.
Puts him to 15. Maybe I should have put the 3-1 in the other lane, actually, to play around Pyromancers.
Let's heat things up.
Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have played that differently. The reason I didn't Crushing Blow is because he's really close to being in burn range. So if I play the Crushing Blow, like if he doesn't have removal here, I mean he did, but if he didn't have removal there, he was actually just dead.
It's too easy.
Kinsman Pyromancer? Not in that order, obviously, but yeah. Seems good.
Things up. They cannot hope to outwit me.
Okay, so I'm on 26, so he can't really break a 3rd rune here for Burn and Pillage, and he probably only has 1 left in the deck, because most decks do not play 3. Spinner. Cliff Racer.
Kill you where you stand.
Another Pyro. It's a bit risky, but if this works, he's just dead. Like, if he doesn't have a method of dealing with the Pyromancer I just played, he dies. And if he hits me, then I draw. So,
What have we here?
I think I've got a good chance here. He's got 3 cards, he needs removal. He's already played 2 silences. Yeah, he's already played 2 silences. That was a mistake. He could have Burn and Pillage. Yeah, he's just realized he could have Burn and Pillage after breaking the 3rd rune, and that would have killed the Pyromancer.
If I fall, they heat
That could be the game lost mistake there. Game losing mistake. And it was.
I'll kill you.
That was huge. Yeah, that was a really, really bad mistake on his part. So I would have got the prophecy, and I think at that point I would have actually just taken back the board state instead of trying to go for the lethal. But he actually misplayed quite badly at the end there, which gave me lethal on that turn. So 1-1 so far. Bit surprised to beat the archer and not the monk. It's a bit backwards, but I'll take it. Burn and pillage decks are a little bit of a problem for this particular build, but there were a couple turns which worked out really, really well for me. Like the Merkwater Shaman getting 2 curses was huge. The only mistake I made that game, I think, was instead of playing the Shaman, I could have played the Cliff Racer and hit him, and that would have denied marshals. The problem with doing that was it would have given him cards eventually, because I'd have to keep hitting him to stay ahead on life, and I'm not sure if I could keep that up. I did have the Drain Necklace, though, so maybe I could have. So yeah, I think that was the mistake I made that game. I could have probably played Cliff Racer and kept ahead on life, but I mean, it ended up working out anyway, so it's hard to gauge. But I think that was the only mistake that I made that game. Could be wrong, but I think that was the only one. Game 3. We're against Jashok, who is playing Archer, rank 163. Keep the Kinsman, send back the rest. Double Avenger, so I'm going to flask one out. I don't have a turn 1 play. I do have very, very powerful turn 2, turn 3 plays, though. That's my late game sorted, I guess. Alright, so if he's playing an aggro version, which he probably is, because I play a really slow version of Archer. I'm not the only person that plays versions like this, but in general, the aggro versions are the norm. So I just kind of expect them. He didn't actually have anything. This is an incredibly slow start on his part. So, next turn's Avenger, and then after that I can go House Kinsman, Thieves Guild, and then I'll play the Vigilant on turn 7. With the last Flask activation. Goblin Skulk? What? What is that?
Come dance with death.
Alright, we'll attack with the 3-3. We'll attack with the 3-3. They're both 3-3s. We'll attack with the Kinsman first. Just to play around Fighters Guild recruits. Because then I can always trade off with the Avenger. I'm curious what he's drawing off this. Is this the, like... There's the 0-1 Goblin. And there's some... Yeah, that's what I thought. And there's some other, like, really random ones, but couldn't think of anything else. There's some neutral 0 costs. I don't think red has one. Oh, whoa! Okay. That presents some problems. Well, we pretty much have to kill this. So this is goblins. I've actually never played against a goblins deck before. No, I can't really hang on to this. I need to get a second 3-3 down. Because this has 2 attack on my turn. Another skirmisher there was devastating, I think. He had a very slow start. That's fine. I can still trade off. He's actually taking a lot. He's taking a lot of damage.
Come dance with death.
All too soon. Of course I'm on your side.
Now the Werebat is particularly deadly for him. The one concern I have right now is that if I can't kill him in the next 3 turns, probably I've lost. Because he's so far ahead on cards. He's drawn 3 extra. Well, he's drawn 4 extra, including the Pilfer. But it is a genuine concern. I don't know if I can win now. That's gonna hit me again.
What have we here? The Night Mother will die. What have we here?
Play Ungolem first. This is the second time this video I've done that. Alright. Draws, draws, draws. I don't want him to get a free 2-1 with a Leaf Lurker. Now, the bat is not going to be able to kill him. However, it does stabilize some of the damage I'm taking. Wow, he's playing finish-offs? That's uncommon. I have not drawn a Leaf Lurker, and I think I might die because of it, because he's just going to go double item on the 7-4 or something. Actually, no, he should be splitting them up. Regenerate as well. Spinner. Alright, that gets rid of all the items. That was actually a colossal draw.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Get rid of all the items,
For the Black Hand.
and I can take out both with the Pyromancer. That worked out perfectly. That worked out absolutely perfectly. Now, I could have Rapid Shotted to keep one of my 1-2s, but I want to keep the Rapid Shot for a Leaf Lurker. Jarl. Yeah, he's ahead on life now.
What have we here?
On the plus side, it does take up the vast majority of his turn. That, I'm just going to Rapid Shot that. That's not sticking around.
Didn't see this coming, eh?
The day is mine.
I'll kill you where you stand.
I could have played Pyromancer there, but I'm just going to go for the Rapid Shot as basic removal. So now he needs a Leaf Lurker or a finish off realistically. He could have Cast Out, that could be kind of brutal, but nah, this is just Leaf Lurker. Expected. Marshall could have been a little concerning there, but nothing too major. Butcher. Alright. Crushing Blow, Pyromancer. So I can play I can play 3/3 drops here.
Let's heat things up.
The day is mine.
I'll kill you where you stand.
I'm gonna play it safe and
Cannot hope to outwit me.
Crushing Blow the 4/3. It keeps a bit more damage in play. I know that I just used 3 to do it, but it also prevents some weird like stabilize plus hit me. What?
Just follow the trail of blood.
Alright. That's the first time I've seen a Green Pack Stalker in play. At least in Constructed. Seen a lot of them in Arena, but not in Constructed.
Waiting.
My scales move in shadow.
I can move one and sack one, which does leave me with lethal. Not anymore. That's important. Wait. No, I still have it because he used it on the Kinsman.
I'll kill you where you stand. There are ill winds this day.
Outside of what? Ransack? Okay, that worked out perfectly. That was quite a surprise to run into. I've never played against a Goblin deck before. I guess there's quite a few Goblins now that I think about it. But we ended up winning that game, so that's game 3. We're actually making progress now. Gone up some ranks. Or a rank, I think we started at 16. Alright, let's go on to game 4. So 2-1. So we'll play 2 more games. The aim is to go 3-2. 4-1 would be nice though, because then 4-1 is when you actually start climbing a lot. So we will have to see how we do. But yeah, some of the other decks I actually want to try at some point are, well, obviously Scout, but Scout involves a couple very specific legendaries. Red Brahman is the main one. That's the one that pretty much no one else plays, that you actually kind of need. And the other one that I need to craft at some point is Odoving, which I will actually get around to, because Odoving can be played in a lot of different, more control-y styles. So if Control Mage makes a resurgence at some point, since the Manticore nerf has been kind of down overall, but if it makes a resurgence at some point, then I'll need an Odoving for that as well. And it's a Scout. Rank 1 Scout. Send back the Pyromancer, keep the 2-3. 2-3-5, that's a bit awkward.
The Night Mother will guide us.
Ungolem, it's both annoying and Nox. It trades with the Thieves Guild, but it's also a turn 1 Ungolem. And turn 1 Ungolem is a terrifying thing. Would have been nice to draw a 4-drop there, but I can at least follow up the Kinsman with a Smuggler. That's unfortunate. I could just Smuggler and move out the way, but I'm not sure if that does much. I do have Crushing Blow. Not for this turn, but I mean for next turn, for like Werebat. I mean, he can take the free kill. I think I just play the Kinsman in the other lane, to be honest. Because I've got the Sharpshooter to take out the 1-1 with guard, and I can smuggle over and take out a 3-3 if he puts down that lane. Or he could just ignore my 0-1. A little risky, considering some of the smuggle stuff you can do, but I guess it's not that threatening. I don't really want to Crushing Blow this, because it means that if he gets Whereabout of Prophecy, I'm kind of in trouble. But the other option is trade the Kinsman, which seems terrible, so I'm just going to Crushing Blow it. Territorial Viper. So I can take him down to 16.
All too simple.
I've got Sharpshooter Leaf Lurker for a taunt. And it works on Nahaglyph as well. So if he plays Nahaglyph next turn, then I can actually just take it out immediately.
For the Black Hand. The Hist revives.
I'll just use it on that. Yeah, I'll just use it on that because I can play Spinner to get through anything.
The forest is my cloak. All too
Play around Fighter's Guild Recruit by attacking the 4-4 first. He's down to 9. I've got a second Kinsman in hand. And I can silence Nahaglyph. So I think he's in serious trouble regardless, but he might just be dead. I'm trying to think what he could play here. Reaper? That wouldn't do much.
they cannot hope.
2 of these would have done it.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
And I think that's it. Yeah, it is. Alright.
All too
That was a very, very quick game against Scout. He had a very, very good start, but he never really answered the Kinsman. I mean, that was the same Kinsman I played on turn 3. Or, no, turn 2 actually. And it just... Was it turn 2? No, I went first. So yeah, turn 3. And he just never had a response to it. So... What, did 12 damage? Yeah, it did, because there was also the crushing. But yeah, it dealt like 12 damage, I think. Okay, so 3-1. So far, I've beaten two archers and the scout. So, bad matchups be damned, apparently. Winning all the not so good matchups, and the only game I've lost on this particular episode so far has been to Monk, which is normally favourite. And I think I could have played that better. I'm not sure if it would have been enough if I'd taken out one Descendant immediately, but I definitely could have played that better. But live and learn. Alright, so we're against an assassin for the last game on this particular episode. So we'll keep... I think we'll actually... I don't mind keeping Rapid Shot plus Scout, if I'm honest. I would not keep each of these, I don't think. However, having both means I can directly answer a Cut Purse or a... it's called the 2-2 Goblin that pilfers that I am forgetting the name of. Alright, play the Thieves Guild. That was a very, very good draw, because I don't really like playing Fighters Guild into an empty board. Because Fighters Guild is really, really powerful, as it's a 2-drop that trades with pretty much everything. So if you can play it opposite something, that's really, really effective.
They cannot hope to outwit me.
Vigilant Giant off of the Thieves Guild. Okay, I'm going to play my own Kinsman. And if he goes for the greedy play, he'll just lose his Kinsman. Like, if he attacks the 1-2, he'll just lose his Kinsman straight up. And then I can also play a Fighter's Guild, protecting mine. Okay. So we end up using the Crushing Blow. I do kind of like just playing the Avenger. Because then it's still trading one card for half a card, and I have a Vigilant Giant in hand that costs 6, so card advantage is going to be the name of the game. Especially against Assassin, where Assassin has a lot of prophecies, so you don't really want to go aggressive. And that's where I think this particular build actually shines against Assassin compared to Aggro Archer. Simply because you're much, much better at the non-aggressive plans. You're not as good as just going face and punishing the control decks. However, you can punish the aggro decks a lot harder. And this is definitely Prophecy Assassin if he's playing Protector. So this is going to be a long game, but I think we're going to win it. Because this matchup is very, very good for me, because I never have to attack him. Well, I don't really have to attack him until I want to kill him directly. So this is a very, very good matchup. It is unfortunate that I can't really do much this turn, because the Smuggler doesn't really help. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to develop in one lane, and then I can always smuggle over next turn, or just play a Vigilant Giant. We're even on cards. Well, roughly. We're roughly even on cards, but I do a Vigilant Giant. So that's going to be a 2-for-1 regardless, because even if it gets Leaf Lurkered with a creature or something, then that's fine. Where about? I'll just slam the Vigilant. He has to deal with this at some point, so that'll probably involve a small creature and a Leaf Lurker, but then it's still a 2-for-1 because it drew me a card. So we started at rank 16 today, if I recall. If we win this game, I think it'll put me at around 12 or 11, which would be definitely a good climb.
Be on your guard.
Okay. That was just weird. I like the Smuggler here. It will proc a rune, which is probably going to be a prophecy knowing this deck. It actually wasn't. So I'll just go ahead and play a Werebat. You could have Ice Storm. It's very unlikely. Is there any reason for me to develop the board more, though? Not really. So, yeah, I just won't. He has to throw another removal at this anyway. I mean, basically, the chances of him having Ice Storm is probably like 10%, if that. But I don't need to apply any pressure, so I might as well play around to 10% to have Ice Storm, because there's no downside to it. I'm going to win the long game regardless. So that Vigilant Giant took out 3 cards and drew 1. Yeah, that was good. Alright, so we can just Rapid Shot this, I think, and play the Moonlight. We could just Cliff Racer it, actually. Keep the Rapid Shots. So, I know 2 cards in his hand. He's got the 3 damage weapon, and he also has the 1 damage weapon. That's 2 of the 5 cards in his hand. So, he's really far behind. Really, really far behind. This is one of those matchups that takes a while, but I don't really see how I lose from here. Because the trick about beating Prophecy Assassin is quite literally to just never attack them. You'd be surprised how many people just fall into that trap. It's just don't attack the Prophecy Assassin as soon as you start winning. There's no reason to. Drain Necklace. Alright. Probably should have played the Ungolem first before cycling. Yeah, slight mistake. Yeah, because I had a small chance of drawing an Assassin off of the cycle effect. Alright, so that puts him back to 24, and I'll just take him down to 21 again. We'll start attacking him soon. Probably next turn after I set up the Werebats. I want to be able to deal with prophecies directly. Okay, I think I'm just going to start dealing damage in chunks of 5. Actually, I can probably do more than that.
You will die, Shakespeare.
Yeah, I won't do the lost points damage because I don't really see the point. We'll split these up. So that puts him at 11. Now in this case, yes, the Ice Storm thing can happen again, but I think at this point there's just no chance of him even playing the card. It just seems unbelievably unlikely now I've seen more of the deck, because Ice Storm would kill most of the stuff in play. Also, it gives me the option of just killing him, which, granted, is actually quite difficult against Prophecy Assassin, but, you never know.
You will die, Shakespeare.
How has he not triggered a rune? What? How is that even possible? The deck is literally called Prophecy Assassin. Did he trigger a single prophecy? I don't think so. This actually reminds me of how I feel playing this deck, where I actually played a lot of Prophecy Assassin, and I just did not like playing it because it feels really inconsistent. That's incredibly that's just unfortunate. About half the deck is prophecies. That's crazy. Alright, so we went 4 and 1, and we ended up at top 10. Sweet. Alright, back in top 10. So, yesterday I was ranked 9, decayed all the way to rank 16. Well, more accurately, other people went past me. But we did quite well. Now, the only game that I lost was against the Monk, and I think that I could have won that game, but it's hard to tell, if I'm honest. I think it is hard to tell whether or not I could have won that game. If I had the Rapid Shot for the Descendant, that could have worked, but then the second one might have killed me anyway, so I've got no idea. But, I mean, hindsight. But overall, very, very good set of games for today. So, thank you all for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. If you have any feedback or want to ask me questions about the deck, put it in the comment section below. But as now, it's been Jotto, signing off.